Salute everybody. Welcome to Switching Lanes with Miss Parker. Miss Parker. I hope everybody has had a blessed Monday. And I also hope you had a great weekend. Mondays come so fast now, and it's really hard to keep up with the days. Let me get my salutes out the way. Salute, Brother Sagius. Thank you for coming through. Hey, Sister Sis. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Sis. Miss Callie's Kitchen. Thank you, Sis, for coming through. Hey, Goon. Thank you for coming through. Miss Callie. Secrets. Thank you for coming through, sis. She said, Miss Parker, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And also feel free to donate to that Cash App. Please, Cancer Me Happy. Um, Feel free to. Hey, Melanated Jim. Hey, sis. Hey, Ryan Bremer, 22. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Today's segment is going to be why aren't we looking for the people that's really missing? These past few weeks have been crazy with everybody talking about the Carly Russell situation. And I really think that it took away from people that are really missing. And I want to give one shout out. I mean, a couple of shout outs really. Um, it's Sawyer Baby, when the submarine, hey Miss Sylvia, thank you for coming through. When the submarine, went missing, it was a big uproar. You know what I'm saying? It was days of looking. I mean, days, weeks for looking for the passengers on that submarine that went trying to find something on the Titanic, something that's been missing for decades. And here we have people that's missing for a month, weeks, and years as well. And we've yet to find those people. We've yet to even put the resources into finding these people. And it has been sad to me. And it has also been sad to me to see so many. Hey, Brown Sugar, thank you for coming through. You guys, please make sure you're hitting that like button and keep this channel in the algorithm. Also, you can purchase a membership, super sticker, or a super chat, or you can donate to that Cash App. It's Cancer Me Happy. Callie Secrets dropped it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to donate to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Help your girl out sometimes. Sharon, how you doing, sweetie? Thank you for pulling up. Nina, thank you for pulling up. But again, yeah, she got so much traction. Everybody was worrying about was Carly really missing, and then once we found out, or the speculation that she wasn't missing, then it was 10,000 lives about alien jokes and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And I really it really bothered me in my soul because I was like, I read and I get so many um notifications on Instagram and Facebook, and Shank Rock has a group. Also, hey Shell, hey love, thank you for coming through. Hey Lizzie, my love, thank you for coming through. And I also get notifications daily about people missing, especially our melanated people missing. And I felt like all that time could have been focused on the people that are really missing, for those loved ones that's waiting to hear the door, hear their doorknob jiggle just a little bit, thinking that their child, their cousin, their sister is going to walk through that door. So it really took a lot from those people. And I thanks everybody that came in. Please hit that like button for me. Again, keep me in the algorithm, please. And thank you guys so much. Hey Taylor Boo, thank you for coming through. It said Black families say they often struggle to get the police to take their missing person case seriously. Officers are slow to investigate their loved one's disappearance or immediately label them as runaways. They say, on the other hand, cases of missing white women and children are treated with urgency and trust into the national spotlight, Black families say. And I'm going to get to that real quick. Hi, Rissa. Hi, sis. Let me get to that. Let me actually let you guys hear. So we got to see all the fakeness, Carly smiling and things like that, getting to go in the courthouse, leave out of jail, smiling, you know what I'm saying? She said, good afternoon, Miss Parker. Miss Parker, everyone. I'm broke waiting on my stay out of the day. Oh, Miss Cynthia, it's okay. It's okay. She said, I like this topic. I feel so bad for all of the missing children. Absolutely. And let me read one of them. It said, so the possibility that Russell might have fabricated her kidnapping has left many other people who helped search for her frustrated and worried about the future missing person cases. When I asked if Russell's case could impact searches for missing for missing young women of color in the future. Derez said, we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one. According to the 2021 FBI data, Black people make up 31% of missing persons report, but only 14% of the U.S. population. White people, meanwhile, make up 54% of the missing persons reports and 76% of the U.S. population. David Robinson, whose son Daniel has been missing since June 2021 in Buckeye, Arizona, said it was very hard to hear that the police couldn't find evidence to support Russell's story. Robinson said he and other families endure a lot of pain watching months and years go by with no sign of their loved ones. You guys, months and years. Months and years. These people are enduring months and years for not being able to know where their loved ones are at. Robinson said he struggled to get the police to thoroughly probe his son's case. He struggled. This Black man struggled to get his son's case looked at. He ultimately assembled his own search team that combed the desert for evidence and clues. He suspects there was foul play in Daniel's disappearance. So we have a Black father who had to put, okay, Chin, it's okay. Thank you for coming through, sis. Goddess of Love, thank you for coming through. This Black man had to put his own search team together to find his son who's been missing since 2021. Y'all know how hurtful that feeling is? That's very much a hurtful feeling. He worries that Russell's case will make it harder for Black families to get fair attention. It damages the problems we already have with law enforcement with taking our stories serious. Durka Wilson, co-founder of Black and Missing Foundation, and big ups to Durka Wilson. We appreciate you so much, Durka, for putting the Black and Missing Foundation together. She currently has nearly 6,000 cases of missing Black people in her database, most unsolved. Y'all do the math on that. 6,000 cases of missing and unsolved Black cases. She said, in the question surrounding it is a anomaly. For our community, we cannot lose sight of the bigger picture. We are disappointed that there are inconsistencies with Russell's story, especially when there is a staggering number of people of color who are still missing and need our help. Many disappearances in the Black community stem from human trafficking, domestic violence, and mental health incidents. So take that into account, you guys, that a lot of these, a lot of disappearances stem from human trafficking. I definitely believe when I started seeing so many Black melanated people coming up missing that it was definitely due to human trafficking and the selling of organs, and I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion on it. Domestic violence, yes, again, a lot of stories that I have been reading up on where, the women get kidnapped. This is a young lady here in North Carolina. Her and her 2-year-old son is missing. Her mother just spoke about that, and she was last seen with the boyfriend. So domestic violence definitely plays a part, when you say you're going to leave. So, when you're in a domestic violence situation, again, be cautious of how you leave. Utilize the resources to leave, and to get out of those situations so you can protect yourself. And if you have children, also so you can protect them as well. Mental health incidents, with this Carly case, a lot of it was blamed on mental health. And again, we have to start knowing where to put mental health and how to use mental health, what cases to use mental health on, because from the smiling and all of that, and especially with this Black mother, I was so disappointed with all the actions, the reactions that had came with this case. And mental health is going on a lot. We are getting people unalived, and the 2-year-old baby, the domestic violence situation that her mother was in caused her mother to be raped. Not only be raped, but she was unalived, and then the dude took the baby, the 2-year-old, and unalived the baby as well. So they was looking for the baby forever, and then they found the baby in pieces, not a whole baby, but in pieces, that was missing. So yeah. Wilson said it's often an uphill battle to get the cases of missing Black people amplified, and she wants the public to continue sounding the alarm. So we have to keep, we have to keep pushing this out there, like we pushed the Carly Russell story. We have to keep pushing this, these missing people out here. We want our loved ones, we want our Black communities to be right, but in order to be right, we do have to take action in some kind of way. So we have to keep sounding the alarm for these families. We have to be the voice for these families, because a lot of them are quiet because they're so hurt. They're dealing with so much. What could they have done different? Why, don't hurt their loved ones, send them home. A lot of them will even give up a ransom just to get their loved one back. So prayers up to those families. And stuff. She also said we want people to continue making these cases viral. So for all content creators, I ask you, please, if you ever get a chance and you're doing a live, even at the beginning of the live or at the end, put a missing person picture up there, and things like that. And even if you check your area and see if there's some missing persons in your area, please post that child or that person, and just put that alert out there to see if we can help find them. She said Black and Missing is tracking numerous cases from 2023 alone that have not yet been solved, and here are a few, and I'm going to get to those, but I want you to hear the outcries and how different we are being treated in such cases. And salute to everybody that's coming in. Ben Walker.
5 days now. Long days.
Erica Embry and Charles Lewis Sr. have been anxiously searching for their daughter, who's been missing since April.
Danielle, she's 15 years old. She's very smart.
She's not returning any calls, any texts, or anything. That's what made it real scary.
From Minnesota family Joyce and Peter Hayden, a different nightmare involving their daughter.
Taylor, when she was taken from us, was 25. She went on a girls' trip to Atlanta, and she was grabbed and used as a human shield. There were 2 bullets fired. She was killed.
Her killer has never been found.
She went on a girls' trip. Taylor went on a girls' trip and was kidnapped. In the process of being kidnapped, she was used as a human shield, and she was shot. And so, even though she had got kidnapped, they never seen her, but also to be used as a human shield. And that's why we have to also be mindful when we go places, you know what I'm saying? Always contacting, make sure, those locations of your phone. Sometimes we don't want to put on our location, but it is good so those phones can be pinged and things like that, so somebody can know where we was and things like that. So let me finish playing this.
Now, Minnesota has passed a bill to create an office for missing and murdered Black women and girls, the first of its kind in the nation. The office will investigate cold cases and reopen suspicious cases that were never solved. Representative Ruth Richardson sponsored the bill.
Minnesota this year has the largest contingent of legislators of color that it's ever had. We all had a story that we could relate to families that are in this crisis, and I think it's just a real recognition of how important representation is.
In Minnesota, Black women make up only 7% of the population, but a state task force found that they represent 40% of domestic abuse victims and are nearly 3 times as likely to be murdered compared to white women.
When we find out that a Black girl or woman is missing, many people chalk it up to, well, they must have been doing something devious.
There's a crisis in our...
Did y'all hear what he said? He said when Black women and people go missing, we are usually accused of being missing for doing something devious. How crazy is that? And that's why the Carly Russell story is so important. She did something devious. And this is why they don't look into our cases. This is why, a lot of people's children's and loved ones are missing and are not getting looked for, are not, what I'm saying, are not, no lights being shown to these people because they feel like Black people are always being devious. Hey, sister, thank you for coming through. I love you. I miss you.
Around missing and murdered Black women and girls.
Sawana Kirkland is the vice chair of the National Black Police Association and testified in favor of the office. What current gaps in law enforcement will this office address?
It will establish best practices. It will also create that bridge between families and law enforcement and communities around solving these cases.
But Embry says that collaboration needs a lot of improvement. She told us that she and several of the impacted families in Minnesota also experienced their concerns being brushed off or ignored by officers.
I just want them to bring my baby home. Anybody to bring her home.
Taylor's obviously gone. We can't bring her back, but we are really hopeful that because of this office, things like this will be greatly reduced.
So the office is slated to open in August, and Richardson says she hopes it will become a blueprint for the rest of the nation. As for Erica and Charles, they say they will continue to push for answers in the search for their daughter Danielle until she's found.
Danielle, still no word for Danielle. But we got hope for Danielle to come home. We hope that there will be no more Carly cases. So we can bring our loved ones back. I hope that law gets pushed and gets taken seriously. Hold on, you guys. Sorry about the commercials.
This school year, speak your mind.
Shoot for the stars. Find your
We got this.
It's a sad reality. Black women and girls go missing every day in America. Unfortunately, their cases don't get anywhere near the amount of attention that others do. So every week, we do our part to shine a light on those stories. So grab something to write with tonight to pay really close attention because you might be able to help out. Right now in Jackson, Mississippi, family members are desperately searching for 22-year-old Kyla Barnett. The last confirmed sighting of Kyla was on Friday on Perkins Street in Jackson, but a coworker says they may have seen Kyla the next day at a Sonic drive-thru in the neighboring town of Clinton. Kyla could be driving a black 2014 Honda Civic with Texas tags reading NTP 0643. She's 5'4" and about 130 pounds. If you have any information about her disappearance, please call Jackson, Mississippi Police. Their number is 601-960-2328. Let's move on to Washington, D.C. That's where 44-year-old Janja Brunson has been missing for nearly a month. She was last seen on September 30th on New Jersey Avenue, not far from the Union Station train and bus terminal. She's 5'4" and about 120 pounds. If you've seen her, call DC Police at 202-727-9099. And in Illinois, 24-year-old Malia Sims has been missing since May. She was last seen at home in Joliet, Illinois, May 27th. Police responded to a report of domestic disturbance. Her roommate reported seeing her leave with an older white man the next day, and she hasn't been seen since. Malia Sims is 5'1" and about 110 pounds. Call Joliet, Illinois Police at 815-726-2491 if you have any information about her.
According to the National Crime Information Center, nearly 40% of those who have disappeared are often Black. However, many alleging that the media mostly only focuses on white women who have disappeared as opposed to African American women and their children. Let me show y'all if y'all remember this.
missing in the U.S. in 2020 were Black. That is according to the National Crime Information Center. And yet those cases often get little attention or are all but ignored by law enforcement and national news media. Now, a 4-part documentary series on HBO follows the lives of 2 women working to bring awareness to these cases. Amna Nawaz has the story.
The new series tells the story of Natalie and Derica Wilson, co-founders of the Black and Missing Foundation. The sisters-in-law rally communities and help families as they search for their missing loved ones. Here now is a clip featuring Derica Wilson.
Being a former law enforcement official, I've dealt firsthand with missing person cases. Back in 2002, I ended up getting hired on with the City of Falls Church Police Department as the first African-American female police officer in the history of the agency. My goal and aspiration initially was to work for the FBI and get into forensics. I spent 6 months in the police academy and we dedicated, like an hour or 2 to missing person cases. I actually had a case where there was a young lady and I didn't realize that she was missing until I was able to recover her. We received a call and I was the primary officer responding to that call of a domestic violence situation in progress. As I'm driving to the scene, I noticed 2 people walking really fast, and it just looked out of the ordinary. I stopped, and this young lady ran to me. It was a young lady that was a domestic violence victim, and her hair was pulled out. She had bite marks all over her body. Had to take her to the hospital to get a rape kit. She had been missing for days. She was stuck in a motel in the City of Falls Church with her abductor. She was reported missing in our neighboring jurisdiction, and her flyer never crossed my desk.
This is Miss Derica Wilson. The documentary is Black and Missing on HBO, but you just heard her say the flyer never came across her desk.
And she was a young Black female. I don't want these cases to be handled sloppy because our community matters.
Soledad O'Brien is the executive producer of Black and Missing, and she joins me now. Soledad, welcome to the News Hour. Thank you so much for making the time. Tell us a little bit more about these 2 women, Natalie and Derica Wilson. Why did you choose to center the story around them and their work?
We started this documentary process about 3 years ago because we found the work that they were doing just fascinating. We were hearing from Derica talking about being in law enforcement and trying to use her expertise to help families who have missing loved ones who can't figure out how to break through the barrier of disinterest in a lot of cases where no one seems to actually really care enough about the person who's missing that they go the extra mile or maybe just go the basic mile to make sure that there is a missing person's flyer. That
Really quick, did y'all hear what she just said? That our melanated people, they don't even care. See, we cared so much about Carlee Russell. We was so interested in, did Carlee Russell get abducted by aliens? Did Carlee Russell, which way did she go? Well, which way did Kyla Barnett go? That's missing 10/15 in 2021 in Jackson, Mississippi. Who's saying her name? Who was saying where is Janiyah Duffy from Lovejoy, Georgia on 7/19/2023? Which way did she go? Does anybody know which way did she go? Where is she? And why aren't we looking for them? Where is Latasha Coleman, Jackson, Mississippi, 7/18/2023? Where is Keisha Jacobs, missing since 2016? Where is Alicia Danae Watts, here from Charlotte, North Carolina, July 16, 2023? Which way did she go? Let me guess. We really missed the importance of what was really going on around us. We lost focus. We all want to do so good, but yet we all lose focus on what's real. We need to realize that we need to take more responsibility in caring for each other. Absolutely. Where is Jamar Wallace, age 16, July 29, 2023, Conway, South Carolina? Which way did he go? Can we get 10,000 lives on YouTube about these people? Nikayla Williams, 11/09/2021, Indianapolis. Anybody know which way she went? Does anybody know where she got abducted from? Do we care? Let me go further. Deja Sane, 7/27/2023, District Heights, Maryland. Do we know which way she went? Do we care? Sissy Lee Collins, 7/1/2023, Gastonia, North Carolina. Do we care if she was on the highway? Do we care where she got kidnapped from? Why aren't we looking for the people that's really missing? Let me show you guys what Gabriel Union said about the situation.
I was raped at gunpoint at work, and they still ask me what I had on.
As though that matters.
As though that matters. It's the language that we use. It's the lack of media attention. It's the lack of resources. 71,000 Black girls under 17 went missing in 2021.
Wait, let me pause that. 71,000 Black girls under 17 went missing in 2021. Where's the outrage? Where's the 10,000 lives? Which way did the 71,000 Black girls under the age of 17 that went missing in 2021, which way did they go? Has anybody reached out to those family members? Has anybody even Googled one of the missing persons' names to talk to those family members to see if they could be of assistance? As everybody was so of assistance to see what color hair did Carly Russell say again. You couldn't get off the internet with seeing it on the lives. You couldn't get off. I couldn't even go in the bathroom and turn, you know what I'm saying, without it popping up everywhere. When one channel went off, another channel popped up. We found this so humoring. Yet this situation was so sad. Where is Brianna Estevez, 7/29/2023, Lorton, Virginia? Matter of fact, one of our Rock Squad members, Have You Seen Us podcast? Have You Seen Us podcast is a Rock Squad member. Where's her nephew, Andre J. Morton Jr. from Humble, Texas, missing 10/18/2019? Prayers to you, Have You Seen Us podcast? Where's her nephew? Can we get a live and 10,000 lives for anybody that's in Humble, Texas, to help Have You Seen Us podcast and her family search for her nephew, Andre? She said, exactly, Ms. Parker. There are a lot of cases going unsolved and many are melanated. This is a need for action, especially when we look at the numbers. We can't afford to continue to look away. We can't. Prayers to you. Y'all, the Rock Squad family that's here, can y'all throw a prayer up for Have You Seen Us podcast? And I dropped her link in the chat, and she touches on nothing but missing people. Big salutes and big ups to you, Have You Seen Us podcast. I don't know the pain that you're enduring, but I see it whenever you do a live. You definitely show all the missing children around the world, and you definitely acknowledge how much you miss your nephew. And I hate that for you and your family, but I'm gonna be a voice to help you bring out more awareness for this. I'm sorry that it took me so long to even get to this case. You and it's Toya Baby, another content creator, again, made me kind of step into this, because I be so focused on other things, and some things aren't important, but this is bigger. The same as they made the Carly Russell story big. I want them to make these kind of stories bigger. A lot of the problem is not being broadcasted to bring awareness to these people, and it's Miss Sharon, it's really not. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. Let me finish letting y'all hear Gabrielle Union talk about the 71,000 Black girls under 17 that went missing in 2021.
1,000 Black girls under 17 went missing in 2021. And they were identified as runaways. 9 out of 10 were identified as runaways. If you're identified as a runaway, no Amber Alert or no law enforcement attention.
71,000 Black girls under the age of 17 was all listed as runaways. No uproar. Runaways.
Nothing. Having covered Gabby Petito on the ground and knowing that this has brought more awareness to that issue, we're talking about it more than I could ever recall as a journalist. How much do you think the show has helped with that conversation? I mean, we've only been out a few days, but already the response has been enormous. And we've heard from every organization that does this work. Was raped at gunpoint at work. And
Gabrielle said she was raped at gunpoint at work. And all because of her color, they still ask her what she had on. When she's trying to, she's calling for help. She's crying out for help. I've been great. You see what I got on once you get her. But come and help me. That's the thing. Come and help me. But I'm going to show you guys the outpour for Natalee Holloway. Y'all remember Natalee Holloway?
Search for missing American teen Natalee Holloway.
The disappearance and death of Washington intern Chandra Levy. While Gabby Petito's disappearance has been making headlines for weeks,
it's prompting many to wonder why the stories of missing and murdered women of color don't receive as much airtime.
My heart goes out to Miss Gabby. But what about Raisha? There are other girls that went missing around the same time, and I don't hear their name in the press.
I grew up just watching the stories of missing and murdered women taking over news cycles. But I did notice, even as a kid, that not many of those stories had girls and women that looked like me.
There is an underrepresentation of Black women and women of color.
These are actually people. This is someone.
Hold on, guys.
Back to the 2000.
Did y'all hear those names that first appeared when it came on? The Natalee Holloways. They was all blue people. And this is not taking away anybody that's missing. But again, I never heard of the people that was missing around the Natalee Holloway times. I never heard of the Kyla Barnetts, the Janiyas, the Keishays, the Latasha Colemans, the Alicia Watts, the Nikayla Williams, the Jamara Wallaces, the Deja Sane, the Sissy Collins. We never heard any of that. We never heard any of that. But remember, we was on a nationwide hunt for Natalee. Wasn't we? Wasn't America in an uproar about Natalee?
These are actually people. This is someone's child, someone's mom. A Black woman is murdered, and it takes Black people or people of color within the community to kind of raise hell before anybody really pays attention. I really wanted to do something that would leave an imprint and help my community as well. And so I just stepped in the gap. My name is Erica Marie, and I run the website Our Black Girls. I found it stories of missing and murdered Black women that go underrepresented in mainstream media. So I share as much as I can about their lives and making things go viral and forcing the hand of mainstream media to pay attention to just who we are and what we're going through. I'm a journalist. I work in hip hop and music and celebrity entertainment, pop culture. But from midnight to maybe 3:30 or 4 in the morning, I'm researching more stories. I'm looking through government databases, newspaper archives. I do all of that outside of my career.
There's an overrepresentation in media when white women go missing, and an underrepresentation in media when Black, brown, and indigenous women go missing.
That actually has a name. Missing white woman syndrome, to describe the media and public fascination with missing white women while ignoring cases involving missing people of color.
I typically start either with the government database, the National Missing and Unidentified Person System. It's a vast database, but definitely does not have everyone in it. And I also start with the DOE network. They have a lot of cases of just unidentified persons that date decades and decades. They have medical examiners' offices and all of that as well. Newspaper.com is probably the largest newspaper archive, and I'm able to dig through the trenches of information. But those are my three main resources that I start with. Sometimes I'll write about a cold case that occurred sometime in the 70s or 80s. And then there's like a little bit of movement from other platforms that will also kind of cover that case. And I can't keep track of how that moves online. I just hope something happens and I hope people get answers. And that's satisfactory for me. It can be frustrating when I see certain stories get more recognition than others.
The hashtag Gabby Petito viewed over 867 million times on TikTok alone. But here's the despairing truth. Gabby Petito is one of so many reported missing each year. At the end of 2020, the FBI had over 89,000 active missing persons cases. 45% of those cases, people of color.
We need to use our platform and highlight some of these other missing person cases.
We just want Black women and women of color to be acknowledged and brought to the awareness at the same rate as white women.
Especially when there's harm done to us, and especially Black women, because we're pretty much degraded across everything that you could ever think of. When you talk about dating apps, we're the least desired. When you talk about how we are portrayed in the media, we're often aggressive or angry. We're not soft and gentle and kind, and we're not perceived to be that way.
We wear that label.
Yeah.
You don't hear angry Asian woman or angry white woman. It's the angry Black woman.
There's this narrative that's often perpetuated that Black women or Black girls have done something to aid in whatever they've experienced.
On that,
I want the chat to tell me, how do y'all feel that they view us as, when we get kidnapped, we as Black women have done something to cause us to get kidnapped? I really want y'all opinion on this. It's hurting my heart to hear that. Again, I said this the other day about George Floyd. I said this about, those that are handling the Shanquella Robinson case. Salute to you, Shank Rock, for standing firm on not digging up anybody's past, bashing the family and that young lady and anything that had to do with her past, but focusing on what was real, and that the girl was unalived by the hands of her friends for whatever reason. And so many times do we want to, when somebody is unalive, the first thing with a Black person, they want to dig up their past. George Floyd did drugs. What did that have to do with the officers putting their knees in that man's neck and unaliving him in front of the world, in front of America? When Shanquella went to Mexico, what made her friends unalive her, and what the hell do her past got to do with somebody taking your life over a PPP loan? Y'all got to start making things make sense. This is why this is happening to us. And the first people that do it is the Black people. We do this to each other. This is why society views us. We don't even view each other in the correct light. Amazingly Beautiful said, I do think some may feel like they that based on other cases like Carly Russell, etc. Yes, they ask us accusatory questions, right? She said more needs to be done. Our cases going unnoticed. It's not fair or justified. Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. And then not only that, when we don't go along to downgrade each other as Black people and set us back another 100 years. Hi, baby. Hi, Nisha, baby. That's my daughter, y'all. My sister. All three of my sisters are in the chat. Hey, Letitia. Hey, sis. But when we do get justice a little bit, we set each other back 100 more years because we always want to dig further. You know, we got to dig up something such as, oh, her mama might have been a prostitute. What the hell do that got to do with their child passing away? Or their mama was a thief or something. It's always something negative to set us back 100 years to where they say, hell, they don't even care about their own kind. Why should we?
My whole world came crashing down around me, knowing that my daughter was found lifeless in her apartment.
Last month, 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields was found dead in her apartment after a date with a man she had met on the dating app Bumble.
I feel like because he's a white guy, she's a Black girl, it's just almost like they just thrown it under the rug.
She was portrayed in this narrative of, she was always shown in pictures of wearing a bikini. Now they're talking about how she may have been a drug addict because of her toxicology.
This is so troubling, Elite.
She may have been a drug addict. So because she went missing and unalived, instead of them saying, why would he unalive her? Or, you know what I'm saying, bringing justice to this family, the first thing they say was, she may have been an addict. What? She didn't pass away from addiction. She didn't pass away. A man unalived her. He kidnapped her and unalived her. But we got to go to she was on drugs because she was Black. Let's call a thing. Right, always accused when not enough problem solving. Absolutely, sis. Absolutely. But y'all hearing this from the family's mouth. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. That was God saying, calm down, boo.
Troubling, Elise, because listen, the autopsy doesn't show how the drugs got into her system. So we still don't know that, and we are just to believe what the man says.
That night she was silent, so now we are her voice.
So in there's frustration of trying to get the right narrative, but at the same time, I'm no longer looking to anybody else to figure that out and to be our voice.
Real quick, Shank Rock, salute to you again. I'm going to say this. He sounds just like this woman. He was one person. He had to stop listening to the narratives that was being sprued upon Shanquilla Robinson and stick to the facts. And that's what she said. She had to stop listening to the narratives that was being sprued upon this young lady who they said, well, she was an addict. So because she was an addict, that caused her to be kidnapped and unalive because she's Black. Again, listen what I'm saying. It's off subject, but it's on subject. Shanquilla Robinson got a PPP loan. Hell, half of America did. But do that mean we have to get unalived? We don't get justice because due to our past, due to we all make mistakes. But as Black people.
When I started the website back in 2018, I had no idea what I was doing. I built a website and I just started writing. The oldest case on my website is probably close to 100 years old. And one of the earliest stories was of Aisha's mother and her sister.
Aisha Miller was 9 years old when her mother, Myrtle Ann Hudson, dropped her off at school and disappeared.
Her mother is still missing. Her sister was murdered. And Aisha was 9 years old when she came home from school. I couldn't find her sister and her mom. I had searched her house with her dad and her brother, and they found her sister hog-tied and murdered. Mom was missing and is still missing. The man responsible went on to harm other people.
That case was 100 years. Her sister was hogtied and her mother was missing. 100 years old, cold case found. And then the man responsible went on to do this to other people.
And police pointed the finger at Isha's father, thus not really adequately investigating the case.
22 years later, detectives linked the evidence to a prison inmate, Tommy Lee Stewart.
We are saying, hey, listen to us, we are writing to media outlets, but nobody puts us on the front page.
The newest case would, of course, be Tioni Theus.
The 16-year-old was found shot to death at the Manchester on-ramp of the 110 freeway in South LA.
That's a really big case out of Los Angeles that is finally gaining some traction in mainstream media.
Yesterday, after pressure from the community in a case growing cold, a major development, a reward offer of more than $100,000.
When I look at the website, I see people. And I see all of the connections that those people have to them and how important it is to be sensitive to that. There is initially this sense of selfishly, pride in what I built for the sake of the greater good.
I like what Miss Sylvia Black said. She said again, we are sometimes our own worst enemy. And that's absolutely correct. Salute Bim, thank you for coming through. Blue Devil GIC, thank you for coming through. And everybody that came in, thank you so much for pulling up. She said, so true. Part of it is us, and part of it is us to opt out the conspiracy theories. Absolutely, Miss Sharon. Absolutely. I didn't know that many sisters was missing. Yeah, Miss Cynthia. It's sad. And again, have you seen us podcast? Prayers up to you and your family. Tremendous prayers go out to you and your family. And I know 2019 is such a long time. And sometimes you feel like you want to lose hope, but please don't. You are in our prayers over here, and definitely the Rock Squad has you in their prayers. But again, have you seen us podcast? Definitely posts the missing children. Her nephew Andre J. Morton Jr. was last seen in Humble, Texas on 10/18/2019. So prayers up to her. 3-year-old Samila Monette Daniels has been missing since July 14th, 2023 in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Samila was last seen at her grandmother's house and is believed to be with her mother. Tiana Daniels traveling in a gray 2011 Ford Escape with Virginia plates. The child is believed to be in danger. Again, why aren't we looking for those that are really missing? Why aren't we getting 10,000 lives up with everybody starting a live stream showing that somebody's missing in their areas? Because if we had 71,000 Black girls under the age, hey, Big Dog Philly, under the age of 17 missing in 2021. What? It's people missing in St. Louis as well. It's people missing in Kentucky, North Carolina, Georgia. They said that Georgia, Florida, Maryland, the Black Missing Foundation reported in 2010 that a total of 273,985 minorities were reported missing in the United States out of 692,944 for all races. They also report that most women disappear in the states of New York, Georgia, North Carolina, Maryland, and Florida. Ms. Sharon said, really, I feel it's their way of saying we are worthless to them and an excuse not to spend the manpower and expenses on us. Absolutely, Ms. Sharon. That's exactly what is being said to us. More than 64,000 Black women remain missing across the United States. Hey, Positive Vibes. She said that's crazy. And just think about the people who are not reported missing, but is missing. Absolutely. Casey Lavon Young, 44, has been missing since May 15th, 2023 in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Young was last seen wearing a black scrub pants and a gray Spartanburg regional t-shirt. According to the Black and Missing Foundation, Young's white 2007 Infiniti has been recovered. Her car has been recovered, but she is still missing. So Casey Lavon Young is 44, May 15, 2023 in Spartanburg, South Carolina. She was wearing black scrub pants and a Spartanburg regional t-shirt. And again, don't forget that 3-year-old Samila Monette Daniels has been missing since July the 14th, 2023 in Virginia Beach, 3 years old. Marlisha Love, 24, went missing on January 6, 2023 in St. Louis, Missouri. So if you're in the St. Louis, Missouri, Marlisha Love, 24, went missing on January the 6th in St. Louis. Love's mother said her daughter told her she was going to a friend's house that night. The friend said Love asked to be dropped off at a White Castle and got into a passenger seat of an older white model Chevy Suburban. Yeah, you know, she hasn't been seen since, and this was January the 6th. So prayers up to Marlisha Love's mother. He said Atlanta is #1 sex trafficking in the Southeast. Why are so many of us missing? Exactly, Miss Sylvia Black. Where is and why aren't we looking for Kyla, Janiyah, Keisha, Latasha, Alicia, Jamar, Nikayla, and the list goes on. Imani Robertson, 7/16/2023, Rockdale County, Georgia. Sophia Isabella, 7/11/2023, Rockville, Maryland. Malaya Dorsey, 7/21/2023, Tukwila, Wisconsin. Where are these people? Why aren't we looking for them? That is my question to you guys. For the uproar that was for Carly Russell, I want to see that same uproar to say, where are the teams being placed at for these missing people, for these 3 years old, for 1-year-old Tayani Johnson, 7/23/2023, Warner Robins, Georgia, 1 year old. Oscar Washington Davis, 13 years old, 7/20/23, Newberry, South Carolina. Brianna Estevez, 7/29/2023, Lorton, Virginia. Where are these people? Where is the uproar? Why aren't our people being blasted across the news streams? Why is our Black faces not being plastered across the newspapers, such as the Natalie Holloways, such as the Gabby story? The uproar and the outcries for these families, it's the numbers are too tremendous for this to keep going and continue going without having voices. As much as we got on here and pressured that story for days about accountability, I take accountability that I never really even thought to look at this, because see, it wasn't happening to me. So somewhere along the lines, I could take accountability and say, I didn't care because it didn't bother me. Not saying I didn't care in a sense, but it wasn't something to look into because it didn't happen to me. And that's the problem, because we don't want to talk about situations because it ain't knocked on our door yet. But as my baby is in the chat, I don't want my baby to come up missing. And I don't want her past to be brought up on her because something happens to my child. She said, facts. It's weird what they decide gets media attention and what doesn't. Of course, Jen, it's really sad. Filing a missing persons report. First, call your locus. Sorry, you guys. I get emotional when I do these cases, you guys. And I'm sorry. Call your local police department once you notice the person is missing. 2, tell the officer you'd like to file a missing person report. 3, provide personal information about the missing person. 4, please stay in touch with the police by following up on the report. 5, offer more details for the report as needed. She said, Jen, I think it's obvious. The internet get the news before the main news now. Absolutely, Blue Devil G. Absolutely. Absolutely. According to the National Crime Information Center, there were 170,899 missing Black children under the age 18 in the United States. 170,899 under the age 18. Under the age 18. Don't forget the baby was playing in her grandmother's yard that got missing. Let's not forget there was a story. Miss Callie's Kitchen has sent it to me. And it was so deep. It was a young lady. I think she was 12 or 13. Callie, if you're still in the chat, quote me if I'm wrong. And her family had got caught up in a lot of street stuff. So instead of harming them, they kidnapped this young lady who was 12 or 13. And they not only kidnapped her, but they dismembered her whole body and served her in pieces. No justice. No justice for this young lady at all. See how deep it goes? We have to read about these stories or hear about them because somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. But the first thing in her case that got brought up was her cousin and his girlfriend sold drugs when they robbed the drug dealer in. You get what I'm saying? Instead of just the fact that who does this, these monsters. Bring awareness to the community that we have to be observant of these 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 6 monsters. What? What did what the family done or whatever have to do with them dismembering this baby and kidnapping this baby? And they shot her multiple times. Can you imagine being 12 and 13? 12 and 13, we still playing with our little dolls, got our hair balls and our hair and some more stuff. Wanting to play with our friends, make believe still. Getting kidnapped, dismembered, and shot. Where's her story? Why aren't we looking for the people that's really missing? And I want y'all to stick to that. And also I said, I put a number in the chat. Thank you to all my supporters. Thank you guys so much. Please hit that like button for me so this can go viral. So for people that still have people missing out there in the world today, you know what I'm saying, can watch this and then it'll make them gain awareness and start doing this too. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully start a channel, hopefully start some kind of site that targets missing melanated people and make it widespread throughout America. And it's called 1-800-THE-LOST. I put that number in the chat. You guys make sure y'all go follow Shank Rock. He's been helping families are always contacting him as well and asking him to bring awareness to situations like this. It is very draining. So big salutes to him. I know how hard it is. And then when you want to be the positive one, and again, us as Black people want to tear you down for doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? When Carly was went missing, you know, we, instead of coming together to see if the girl was really missing, we want to tear each other up to pieces. And where did they get us? We are into it over fixation. We are into it another way to set division amongst ourselves. We done that. Instead of bringing awareness, trying to find out if this is really happening, trying to find if there's really a kidnapper out there amongst the highway that, you know what I'm saying, they are setting a trap for other people. And this is not going to just do this on this highway. It's going to go around. This is going to be a worldwide trend that she said for people to get kidnapped. So for the people like the Shanks and stuff that was bringing awareness, all the content creators that was bringing awareness, y'all was shooting them down. Everybody was jumping on the panel, turn Tierra and all these other good content creators that was trying to say, we just trying to make sense of it. See, we as Black people don't like shit to make sense. See, if it don't make you $1, it don't make sense, right? So we didn't want this to make sense. We wanted to bicker amongst each other. We wanted it to be about $1 instead of being about bringing awareness, trying to find the baby if it was. We made it something that really was worse than what it should have been. That's why it went worldwide like it did. That's why we lost focus of the Daniels that the family hasn't seen in years, the Kyla, the Janiyas. Yeah. This is why. Sis said prayers for all the families, most definitely. Calling on the crime community. Absolutely, Blue Devil G. Brown Sugar said sad to say, but when things happen to us Blacks by our own, it's either something we have done or said to someone out of jealousy, which are lame excuses to cause a demise or to be missing. So sad it is. It is. It is. She said, having daughters, these are the stories that hurt my heart. Yes, and that's a question I had. You know what I'm saying? What do we say to our children after this? What do we really say? What's our story? What's our new story? After hearing that. I love you, sis. Keep spreading the word, making a difference. They have already paved the way for us. We have to continue to cycle and keep fighting for us. I love you, little sister, of course. Thank you guys so much for pulling up. This was definitely much needed for the 200-something thousand of my melanated people that I'm missing and that are not getting like shed on y'all life. And I hope y'all mothers and fathers and y'all loved ones do hear the doorknob jiggling. I hope when it opens, it is you. And I pray to all those families. And Have You Seen Us podcast? The same to you as well. Prayers up to you and your family. And please join me tonight. I will be doing another live, but it's subscribers night, of course, on the Rocks at the Rock Squad. And I'm gonna be doing a live about why do Black women tear each other down. And then in a couple of weeks, next week, I'm gonna be doing a segment with Lalizi, and it's gonna be why do Black women tear down their Black men? And I did something similar to this, and again with me talking about the justice for our melanated people, this is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see each other win. We don't want to find justice. We don't want to find our people. We are stuck. It's not a united we stand, divided we fall. It's definitely divided we fall. And I'm going to stand on that. Do I want better for our people? Absolutely. Always have, always will. Have everybody made mistakes in life? Yes, but that has nothing to do with the unaliving of us, the kidnapping of us, or anything else. You know what I'm saying? Who I was yesterday is not who I am today. And I stand on that. I stand on that. Cynthia said it's so sad. Thank you, Nina, for dropping Have You Seen Us podcast links. Keep your eyes on your girls. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you guys also, I'm going to be dropping Chinyuri. She did a story on bullying. And as Black people, we definitely need to read that story. It's very inspiring and it's so true. You know what I'm saying? I really want to know from my Black people, what are we really teaching our kids? Are we having real as much as we get on here and dish out all the negativity and all the fuck shit, and I'm just gonna be honest about it. I gotta cuss on it. All the fuck shit we be on here doing and saying, and just the craziness. You know what I'm saying? We can get on here and joke all night for hours and just be so childish. What are we doing in our homes with our children? Because as we can see, today's community and today's world is way different than when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? The conversations gotta be way different. Way different. Way different. How's a change gonna come if we ain't trying to make a difference in our households? Don't get on here and preach and shit and you ain't at home saying the same thing. Cause see, what I say on her, I talk to my kids. I talk to them the real way. I don't sugarcoat nothing. Cause see, when I was growing up and my little sisters in the chat, all of my sisters except for one, we was raised in a sugarcoating house. Our mama loved us. She hid us away from a lot of stuff. And it hurts me that I was hid away from a lot of stuff because I would have been, man, I just needed that knowledge. Just that she just gave me a little bit of that street knowledge. Not saying I wouldn't have made mistakes, but I would have been more aware. That's all I'm saying. And sisters, y'all know I ain't lying. So when I had my kids, I refused to hide them from the cruelty of the world. Even when them and their friends, some of their friends at a young age would say, Miss Tasha, I think I like women. And I had to start saying, okay, so I had to start saying the names that they could potentially be called. And when they would get upset and tourists come to the house, I said, but see, you said you was bisexual, right? This is the world. These are the words of the world today. Are you ready for this? See, those kind of conversations. Not, baby, you gay. Okay, I'm proud of you. Anything to make you happy. See, it's more to that. Because I love my kids, and whatever my kids do pick, that it's what they pick. But I got to get them ready for the name calling, the real shit that comes along with that. Even when they carrying guns and stuff. I got to talk to my son about the real shit that comes along with carrying a gun. I ain't one of them mothers. My kids got to protect themselves. He do. But I got to be real about some shit too. Because see, he's just another Trayvon Martin when it comes to my eyes with today's world. But are we ready to really have real conversations, or are we in our house sugarcoating some shit? So our kids can be another casualty on the news that ain't getting the real shine when something happened to them. Because they said, I remember he was carrying them guns and, he used to fight all the time and sell drugs. What? No. Not my sons. Not my daughters. No. Again, why aren't we looking for those that are really missing? She said Carly Russell's case should be an eye-opener for us. Look how quickly the HPD jumped on the case searching for a baby for another race. Why can't our missing loved ones receive the same treatment? Absolutely, brown sugar. I'm just thinking about this human trafficking and the demand for it. The question is, who are the clientele for this? And this is why nothing is being done. And don't forget about the organs. Don't forget, y'all, they black, man, it's a black market for organs like crazy. She said, definitely agree. Facts, brown sugar, time to move on. Absolutely. Yep, I don't sugarcoat anything. These aren't the times for that. Ain't that right? The real I Spy? No, that's right. Again, y'all, I done got on here, you know what I'm saying? They say I be preaching and this is Bible study over, which is absolutely not. This is just my journey. My journal. This is my journey too. My journey in my journal. But this is, you know what I'm saying, for my baby that came in the chat. You get what I'm saying? To see the change that I'm making within myself is to save her and her baby that's on its way. That's why I do this. And to my sister that is going through something similar to what I went through, to help her, to save her and her kids. Yeah, that's what I do it for. I do it for me and mine. Because I see how quick the world can change our children and change us and change our beliefs in who we are as Black people. Because again, we don't want to see each other win. It's divided we fall. Sharon, nothing too much is being done because there are law enforcement officers, including the higher ups, involved as well. Not all, but some, and they wonder why they can't be trusted. Absolutely. Again, I hope everybody has a blessed Monday. I hope everybody pulls up with me when I do my demonstration. Why do Black women tear each other down? And also be honest, you know what I'm saying, about this conversation. And I would like to also know, why do as Black people we can't come together for the right things? You know what I'm saying? We come together for all the wrong things. You want to get high, Miss Parker? Yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. When they know you're trying to get clean, they'll bring those type of parties to you, but they won't say, hey, let's get a party together and go look for these Black children. You know what I'm saying? Let's go put a march together and fight for justice for Shanquella Robinson. I don't get that. I get that. Let's go tear a bitch down. You know what I'm saying? Did that bitch just say that? You know what I'm saying? But I don't got nobody hit me up saying, let's go put on a rally. Just being honest. When it's all the wrong things, motherfucker is quick to hit me up. But when it's on some real stuff, y'all, my phone don't ring. My phone don't ring. It's dry. Dried in the Sahara Desert. Dried in the Sahara Desert. Please don't forget to hit my like button. Thank you, I guess, for pulling up to Bible study, as they call my channel. They say it's Bible study, but I'm just saying it's just real conversation that needs to be taking place amongst grown people, whatever, and stuff like that. Please purchase a super sticker or a super chat, get that Cash App if you feeling the content. And I did get a Cash App. I want to shout that person out. I'm going to say thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate all the support to my channel. I appreciate everybody that comes over here, to get an understanding about what's going on around the world. You know what I'm saying? To help with these kind of situations, because I don't know who's got a family member that's missing, who's dealing with their child got unalived due to gun violence. Even if your child was I'm not over here judging anything or anybody. Trust me, I'm not. Because we all deal with life in our own ways. We've all made mistakes. We are imperfect people. And once we start to realize that and really, you know what I'm saying, just take it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. We are imperfect people. Nobody on this earth is perfect. We have all dealt with our bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And some of us are falling down and getting back up, falling down and getting back up, falling down and getting back up. And that's okay. That's what life's about. As long as you keep getting up is what matters. Thank you, Chin. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker, sis. Thank you. Yes, feel free to support the channel again by purchasing a super sticker, super chat, Cash App. Hey, Zeke, thank you for coming through. Thank you. Again, please hit my like button, share this live to help those people that has missing children so they can at least hear those clips of those news channels and stuff like that. And I can drop those outside of this video and stuff for the people, and things like that. But I hope everybody has a blessed Monday. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate everybody for leaving comments in the chat, participating. And to my sisters and my daughter, thank y'all so much for coming through. I love y'all. I miss y'all so much. I miss y'all beyond belief. Y'all don't even know how much I miss y'all, but I do. Please pull up tonight for Why Do Black Women Tear Each Other Down? It's, again, this is part of my journey and my journal. And it's about accountability as well, and hopefully building sisterhoods, relationships, and bringing togetherness, because it can happen. It's just too much going on in the world that we can come together on, and foundations that can be made, different things if we all just utilize our resources and brainstorm together instead of going against each other. I think we can bring unity. And again, thank you guys for pulling up to Miss Parker.